So WonderCon 2026 happened and I got to go on this adventure, this annual adventure with my buddy Jerry. So let's go ahead and talk about that. Welcome everyone to the Dr. Blue Duck channel, a channel for gaming dads like you and gaming dads like me. So if you don't know my buddy Jerry, he's been around for a while. He was one of my groomsmen in my wedding. My kids even call him Uncle Jerry. And if you check out any of my Fortnite live streams on TikTok on Thursday nights, you probably know who he is. He's pretty faithful in playing with us there, my life group Bible study bros, as I call them. So being a full-time high school art teacher, a husband, a dad of 2 little boys, I don't really leave my family too much, but every year, one time a year, I do take the day to go to WonderCon with my buddy Jerry. And if you're not familiar with WonderCon, it takes place at the Anaheim Convention Center, not too far from Disneyland, and it's pretty much a nerd's paradise, featuring all things pop culture, nerd culture, comics, and all the other stuff. The exhibit hall has hundreds of booths selling comics, artwork, toys, collectibles, and pins, and that's right, I collect enamel pins. I love them. I have a whole wall right there in my gaming studio full of them. And by the way, this is the new gaming studio. We have moved into our new house, so here it is. I hope you guys like it. I hope it is up to the Dr. Blue Duck standard that you guys are used to. So anyways, at WonderCon, there's Artist Alley, and that's one of my favorite places to hang out at WonderCon. It's a few huge, large rows of artists and creators selling all types of original arts, and there's panels for discussions by writers and artists and industry pros. There's movie and TV panels as well. There's celebrities and voice actors there present to sign autographs and to do meet and greets. And there's tons of cosplay, like tons of it. And there's video games and tabletop games as well. So being a gaming dad, it's definitely a place for me. I believe one of my favorite celebrities that I met this year was Jeanette Goldstein, who played John Connor's foster mom in Terminator 2. And she also played Vasquez in Aliens. So she totally took on 2 different roles there, and she did a great job doing it as well. And no, I never had a crush on her. I hear that's a thing where a lot of guys had a crush on her from Aliens. She was a little too masculine for me in that role, but hey, whatever. I also got to meet Charles Fleischer. He's the guy who voiced Roger Rabbit, and he wrote a book called Roger Rabbit, The Story Behind the Tune, which you might find kind of interesting. And I got to talk to him. He asked me, he was like, hey, do you read a lot? And I go, well, yeah, I read, but I don't read a whole lot. And he goes, well, that's the problem. Most people don't read a whole lot these days. And I want to read, but just with 2 little boys and work and my hobbies, my reading is mainly just kind of like devotional books and my Bible study time. So I kind of told him I like to read, but I just don't have a lot of time. He kind of seemed a little bit sad, but I said, hey, bro, you made a pretty awesome movie and voiced a pretty amazing character. So you should be proud of it. Don't worry about selling your book. You did something cool in life. And he seemed to be somewhat encouraged by that. So, hey, I got to provide a little bit of encouragement to Roger Rabbit, or at least the voice behind Roger Rabbit. Now, one of my favorite people I got to meet at WonderCon was a guy named D-Dominator, who's not as famous, but he is a superhero, or at least he cosplays as a superhero. D-Dominator's dad runs his Instagram, which I'll go ahead and add in the description below. D-Dominator is a cosplayer with Down syndrome. His real name is Bryce, and he cosplays at comic book conventions and other events around the area. And some of you who are pretty close to me, you guys know that this last school year was a pretty difficult one. And one of the reasons why it was difficult was because our family lost my brother-in-law, who also had Down syndrome. So meeting Bryce and talking with his father was just somehow comforting to me, and seeing Bryce really reminded me of my brother-in-law. So it was neat seeing him there, participating in WonderCon, doing some cosplay. And yeah, maybe one day we'll get him and his dad on this channel for an interview. What do you guys think about that? I think that'd be kind of cool. So check out his Instagram below if you want to support him and his dad. There's just something about getting out of town for the day to just nerd out on art stuff and talk about video games with one of your best buddies. It's just special. Not that I want to do it all the time because I love every minute that I get to spend with my wife and growing two little boys. But I believe when I come back from WonderCon, I'm just a little bit more rested to be a better dad and a better husband. And my boys were pretty excited too when I brought them some stuffies from Rag Mop and Goose, which if you don't know what Rag Mop and Goose is, I got to meet them at WonderCon this year. They're a family-friendly puppet channel, and my boys just instantly loved them. So if you want to check out their YouTube channel, I'll go ahead and put it in the description as well. So yeah, in case you're wondering, Jerry, my buddy Jerry, he dresses like Mario. He cosplays Mario at comic book conventions. And he typically goes as Mario, and sometimes his brother teams up with him and goes as Luigi. Yeah, that's right. His real life brother is actually Luigi, and they cosplay together. How rad is that? And I'll go ahead and add his Instagram in the description as well. He and his brother just finished up at the Level Up convention in Las Vegas this last weekend. And I might try to check that out this coming year because the Level Up convention is more kind of video game themes, and that might be a better match for me, being more of a gamer than a comic collector. I'm not really a comic book collector at all, really. Well, I guess I am. I'm like most of you guys out there. I have this huge tub in the garage full of comics, and I've always was told that they would be worth something someday, like baseball cards, and I just held on to them, and they're not really worth that much, but I just can't let them go. I don't read them often. I don't ever take them out and read them anymore, but I just can't let them go. Anyone relate to that? So this is the first video I made in my new gaming studio, and it's been a while since I made any videos because things have been crazy. And if you and your wife have ever moved to a new home with young children, man, it is crazy. Not only are you moving your stuff and your wife's stuff and your family stuff, but you have so much little kid stuff to move as well. And you're taking care of them while moving and organizing everything and just getting all the systems set up in your new house. It is so much work. It's not an easy task, but hey, I'm here. The studio is complete now. So I'm looking forward to having some more videos come out. So if you're a gaming dad like me, go ahead and feel free to be a part of this gaming community. And as always, be kind, use your minds, and game on.